Thanks everyone for joining this series of webinars, which is organized by Think Tank. We thank Think Tank, which is well known for opportunities to participate in knowledge series. The Think Tank webinar industry and professionals. Think Tank have been doing a great work since over a decade through Think Tank conferences with CEOs, CXOs, and CFOs. In the panels, we have panel speaker into this from renowned companies who are holding good reputation into the market. Now with digital meeting knowledge series, it is benefiting more than 9,000 professionals. So like when we have these series, there are people joining us at the event, and even they go back and see our YouTube recordings also. You have that privilege. In case you missed this, you can go back and check on the YouTube where we have these series. So today what we are here is to have an event on fintech. What do we mean by fintech? So it's basically when we know that financial activities used to happen on a traditional way, wherein we used to go to the bank, we used to have our books of accounts there, we deposit cash, you have a register, everything get registered, you need to go and re-verify things. With technology, things have changed. You think about share trading. Those share trading used to be like you fill up a form, you send to the company, then you get that transfer done. All these things have, the technology has changed things into the financial system. True, like when we see the Bitcoin moving up to $40,000, it's like, did I miss the bus, or yeah, I can still board on it?
No. That's a different call. Like, considering the trading strategy and those are different things. But yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, good morning to all the participants, and we should particularly appreciate a professionals coming together and organizing think tank webinars. And for some time now, I'm finding on every Saturday, and they are doing this webinar and reaching out to the different subjects which are daily use for all the participants, and bringing the experts on this platform and giving their knowledge, imparting. That is a very important. And I also saw quite a lot of interest in the participants also in asking questions. And today that on fintech and blockchain, they have organized, and that is primarily is a very important what you call disruption which has taken place in the not only in the banking and financial services, but in every area of business. And whether it is micro and small industries, or in large industries, or in the e-commerce, or in the supply chain management, or in management of port, transport, roads, in every, or even airlines, in everywhere, the blockchain technology is being coming in a way. And quite a lot of startups or youngsters, after fairly good exposure in the IT industry or in the respective field of their study, or what you call work experience, they are now going towards innovation, and they are coming with the newer and newer fintech platform, and which can be given to the different industry. And they are getting a good support. There are high net worth individual angel funds, that international investors, and mostly domestic also. People like for example, our Narayan Murthy, or Nandan Nilkani, or Sudha Murthy, or Mr. Mohandas Pai. So many from Bangalore, no, that startup ecosystem has developed. And in India altogether now, whether south, north, west, or anywhere, that this ecosystem has developed thanks to the that type of enterprising nature of a group of professionals. And some of them have even encashed after the first round, second round, third of funding. They were able to get good valuation. So coming to the banking industry, the webinar, what you call the fintech and blockchain, has made a much disruption. And now all the players, whether banks, NBFC, or other financial players, as well as in the capital market, all of them, we have thought of collaborative approach, rather than competitive approach. That being the case, leading foreign banks, leading new generation banks, as well as the major public sector banks have started investing in the fintech. And they have found that getting the app of these fintech got into the mainframe of our ecosystem of banking has enabled quite a lot of reach and costless services and customer experience. And after, particularly during this COVID, if you can say that the 95% of the transaction are done through online. One is most of the banks, commercial banks, or scheduled commercial banks, have invested in lot in developing technology, and now even on cloud computing or artificial intelligence, machine learning, or blockchain technology. In every respect, the public sector bank and other scheduled commercial bank and new generation bank have started investing. And take for example the of State Bank of India. It is an integrated one of the platform. Today, not only the product and services, including credit delivery, is enabled through this. And you must have heard the earlier chairman, Rajnish Kumar, talking that a substantial valuation to this particular one innovation. So if this type of innovation can bring quite a lot of laurels to their customer experience, customer delight, and now they are also benefited in reach, because during the COVID, the government could, another important changes came after our Prime Minister took that Jan Dhan Yojana. So with the JAM, that is Jan Dhan Yojana, Aadhaar card and the mobile, and due to the penetration of the mobile, today any part of the India, whether cannot say that they are not served, they are able to reach. And that's why substantial amount of money which are direct benefit transfer are being done through this JAM accounts, means Aadhaar enabled through mobile technology. And 70,000 crores of money could be saved, and duplicate payment could be avoided. So that has come handy. Now, whether it is a payment to the farmers, particularly, there is a need for these players to make a revolution, not only in the urban and metropolitan areas. There is a need to make that revolution in the rural space. Today, not only rural economy is the only one, particularly agriculture is growing at 3.4, when the overall our India has a very, what you call, negative growth, which we covered last time also. That agriculture, allied activities, and bringing technology to them, bringing a lot of knowledge of seed or other village industries, bringing the MSME also to the upper grade of adoption of technology, and bringing their products at the doorstep of the manufacturers, or enabling them to export in a complete the economic ecosystem. This fintech, blockchain technology, as well as the new generation technology, as well as the entrepreneurs, they can make a change. And looking at that, all of you are aware that the Reserve Bank of India brought out that some time back a regulatory sandbox, and they have invited application from the fintech players. And in the first instance, two of them such fintech who had in the regulatory and compliance and the working in that ecosystem of innovation hub, and then by getting the approval of the regulator, now they have been given for commercial use in the market. And now in the second lot, like that, two were approved, and in the second lot again they have invited. And recently RBI is also inviting some expert to hold this innovation hub as the chief. Now similar initiative has been taken by the insurance industry, that is IRDA, our regulatory organization. And in the insurance sector, quite a lot of applications have been received, and a lot of products also been given for IRD. So I think your time is the very essence. So if you go through the data of the UPI, which is one of the very NPCI innovation, and RTGS now, which are made 24/7, and IPMS or electronic fund transfer, in every area, this has grown in, like, some of them have grown 6,000 times more. I have the data also, but I have to respect the other speakers. But that has come handy during this. And today, this
Very good.
transaction on technology will remain normal.
Very senior positions. Very good.
Yeah, it will be remaining normal, and people will be used to this through doing from their home. So the branch outlet will be more on what you call marketing and sales and all. Most of the front end service will be replaced by technology. We should also see that after demonetization, another initiative by the government under the leadership of Prime Minister, that today the use of cash has been quite reduced. And in fact, if you ask me, even ATMs today may not have much use that's why banks are not expanding the ATM, because most of them are done through mobile banking or internet banking or other social media banking, including WhatsApp banking. So that one more area, that blockchain and artificial intelligence and data analytics, that has got a very relevant in because banks and financial institutions have a huge data. Now this data has to be mined, and from the data you should make the cross selling, and you must reach to the customers. And even the Jan Dhan account, now today it is more than 41 crores with 1,36,000 crores. That type of, and 60% are operative. Now in that we should reach out to them to put micro industries, other activities. So that after the, and all these, another thing, all these transactions are reflected through wherever they are crossing maybe 25 lakhs above, or through GST. And with the GST today, earlier we had a problem in financing micro and small because their financial statements were not up to the mark. Now, by linking ourselves to the GST, now you could make reach out to these customers and you be able to deliver the credit. And today the credit assessment, credit due diligence, and also your civil data or other data or any other aspect of negative thing, the entire KYC is and also assessment and sanction and documentation all could be done through the technology. So blockchain will, and today just in the recently State Bank advertised most of their specialist job only on the your blockchain or analytics or system integrator or on the cyber security on that area. So of course, one important aspect is that cyber security is also a very important aspect. In fact, recently in my own small Facebook, somebody has misused and some credit card payment came unauthorizedly. So that we have to be fully aware, and banks also have to take a lot of steps to ensure that the customers are not affected through the fraudsters and the hacking or other type of. This is become now during the COVID. These things, hacking and all, have become much more in an enhanced level. So that cyber security also becomes part of this, and we have to take the other side of that, where how to be guard about that and how to reduce that and how to ensure our beneficiaries' interest is maintained. Now the area which you are also talking about, financial management or the wealth management or the IPO issues or the trade now trading of shares or in derivatives, in all that, this new fintech and blockchain are going to play important role. And one of important thing that both the exchange, National Stock Exchange as well as the Bombay Stock Exchange, have started investing in fintech, and quite a lot of startups or even IT related, which are a little advanced also, they have now collaborated and they have brought into the mainframe. Now that type of encouragement coming from the such exchanges are also, and even in the commodities or in all the other whole gold trading in everywhere. And one, I think I am not fully aware, the SEBI also should start such innovation hub or the regulatory sandbox and encourage more players to come, so that the entire ecosystem, whether it is a debt market, whether it is a equity market, whether it is a forex market, or it is about the entire our capital market activities, are all integrated through this fintech and blockchain, and all the players are ensured a free and a transparent and a very secured ecosystem for their trade or their business or investment. And they are also given quite a lot of awareness and information, so that we will be achieving the objective of highest digitalization, which is the prime objective of our Prime Minister in bringing digital India. And the contribution of this digital India in all respect will be contributing around 40% to the
network issue,
yeah,
it seems.
40% of the GDP. So with this, I wish all the other participants and particularly the speakers all the best. And this is a very relevant webinar. Thank you for the initiative taken. Thank you.
Thanks, Narendra sir. That was really great, and putting up everything about what is happening in the financial world in a nice way. Thanks really so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Do we have Ajay? Ajay?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Ajay, appreciate if you can
The thing
speak.
is, my Wi-Fi is
Not working, I
yeah,
guess.
my
Yeah.
signal is not
Ajay,
much.
Ajay,
So I'm just
welcome.
putting
Please put
myself
your
on
video
audio.
on.
You won't be able to get you on the video. Yeah, yeah. My
Yeah.
yeah.
No worries, Ajay. Once your
Yeah.
signals are on, we'll
Right.
really look forward to hear
Right.
from you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Manoj, you want to add some word, and then we just hand it over to Aishwarya to speak
Sure.
over.
If you want, I can speak something about it, and then I think we can end it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Ajay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
please,
Go ahead, Ajay.
express views.
Yeah. But without
Yeah.
a video.
Financial conferences and
So,
webinars, and
right.
also on
Yeah.
tech.
I'm actually in a different location, so that's the problem. Anyway, see, I what I see, fintech is, it's kind of a simple change of business. So it's like what I would say, where the technology in traditional business, where technology sits on the backside. So that is called what we call is backend. While in fintechs, the business is run by the technology. So actually the technology sits in the front side. So you can imagine when a CTO becomes a CEO, what can happen? So I would say once a business is more digitalized, or the business is more in terms of like a fintech, the finance company or a bank, we'll see that marketing efforts or marketing guys are less, and app marketing or social media marketing is more, which is more run by the systems, or the you can say robots and all. At the same time, when you take a loan, there are a credit analysts who work between 9 to 5 and give you a report, and the response timing may be 2 to 3 days. So a file will take at least 5 to 7 days to get approved, and finally the money is disbursed. I think in the new what happens is the app gets maybe 400 500 algo criteria, and it evaluates a person, looks at its banking statement, its credibility, its other records, and simply puts the money in the bank account of the customer if everything goes well. And this happens, it used to happen in one day, then it used to happen in 1 hour. Now it's happening in few minutes. It's happening in the fintech industry. So what I would say is that there are two kind of businesses, like the traditional businesses and the new age business.
think we have again lost
So
the
it's like
Ajay,
the traditional business is like a father, it's like a parent, and the new business is like a child. So traditionally, the father is always want you. Yeah, can you?
yeah,
Hello,
you're a bit
hello,
dropping.
can you hear
Hi
me?
Ajay. Yeah,
Signal
we are
is
hearing you. The signal is becoming weak sometimes, so maybe
okay. Okay.
yeah.
Now you can hear me.
Yeah, this is the perfect location. You should not move
Okay.
from this.
Okay. 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 So basically, like a traditional business is more. They want to be more secure. They want to take less risk. Uh, they want to go linear. Like a linear business in the sense of when in a bank or a finance company, your business grows by number of branches, and in branches, the number of salesperson you have, and the other infrastructure that you have. So if the branches goes from 10 to 20, you may expect some sort of a near doubling of your business, or number of salesperson increase. So there could be increase in the customers also. So this is all traditional linear model. While the new age businesses, they are like a newborn child. They have no baggage. There is absolutely new way of thinking. So it's non-linear model. Uh, their understanding is more, I mean, they are very open in taking new or adapting new things. So I believe these two businesses, like for the new entrants and the existing, both will survive. In fact, for the new businesses, they need support of the traditional businesses, the traditional houses, and for traditional houses, I think this becomes going digital becomes a kind of a transformation exercise. So when I say transfer exercise means, I think they have to get out of their old thinking. Maybe they have to move their mid management into some sort of a reskilling. So, whenever these things happen, I think there is a lot of resistance from people. So I think reskilling is required, which could be very large initially, and it may take maybe, 3 to 5 years for a traditional guy, and go fully into digital. But once that investment is made and once you are fully digitalized, I think there will be always an operating leverage. That is why I think people like this kind of a business. I think the banks that I have seen globally who have been successful are JP Morgan. So today it is said that more than 60% of their new recruitments are engineers and not financial guys. And as of now, 1 out of 5 employees of the total count is an engineer. So they have almost 50 to 60,000 employees who are engineers and who have no background of finance, and they are able to manage to the new businesses. Barclays has done well. If you have seen in the Asia, DBS has done well. And in India, I've seen HDFC has been doing very well. There are also some other businesses like Monzo in Europe, or Revolut again in Europe, or TransferWise, again a payment services, or Ethereum, which is again, I think today's topic on crypto and blockchain. These are the guys actually who have done well. While in India, I think we have good players, but we don't have many players in the listed space. Since I look at more on the listed space, but if you look at the unlisted space, I think there are many companies like I would say uh, Paisa Bazaar is there, Zomato is there. I'm talking about the entire e-commerce and other tech related. Paytm is there. Paytm is also big in its own. Then in the fintech again, Zerodha you can take. You can take Upstocks. There are also some of the uh, listed companies like InfoEdge, which is a promoter of Naukri, or India Mart, which is actually doing well. There are FL, and there is metromoney.com. I think they are also doing well. There are small NBFCs who have started. companies like Ugro. Now, Ugro is more, it's an ex-Religare guy. He was the ex-president of Religare, and now it's around 700, 800 crores of net worth. And you must have seen them, some announcement came that he is acquiring Religare. So that's a company that you should watch out for. Now, there's a very small company, Neogen Fintech. Again, 400, 500 crores market cap, but it is promoted by a FII in USA. So the promoter is the fund manager of US fund. So I think, and there are like medical healthcare services like Dhani is there, or platforms like Yari is there. So I believe this space, we are going to see a big, entrance like maybe Big Bazaar or Paytm, and whether the Indian market is accepting Indian capital market, I would say till last 1 year, Indian was not accepting. Because Indian market is more on, trades, loss profit, and I think the turning point came when Jio got money, and so in Reliance's indirectly in Reliance's share price or in market cap, Jio's valuation is embedded. So from there onwards, a new thing has happened that people have started looking at technology companies which are actually into front end of running the business. So fintech, or you're going for a non. I think it is little difficult for a guy like me. I'm 50 plus,
Ajay, we are
but
missing you.
most of the colleagues that I have seen here in group are 30. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, you're back. Yeah, you're talking about
So
your age. Yeah, you're still young.
yeah, so basically I'm a 50-year guy. So, maybe people above my age or of my age may not be able to get adapted to the new changes. But I think our group members, most of them are young chartered accountants. I think you should start thinking about these kind of businesses getting more digitalized, get your business also into digital mode. And I think as an investment mode also, this could be the biggest thing in the next 2 years. So digitalized companies, fintechs, health tech, insurance tech, I think all is going to be the next $1 billion ideas in the unlisted market also, as well as in the listed market. So I think with that, I just want to, invite the next speaker, or maybe Sandeep, you can take it forward.
Yeah, thanks, Ajay. That was really
I'm
great.
sorry, my
And
audio was not good.
no, that was fine. We had some moment of the time the voice was just the words were getting spread. Otherwise, we heard you all.
Yeah.
So that was great. And now we are actually increasing the expectation
Yeah.
from
Okay.
Aishwary.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Narendra. It's really wonderful to have your thoughts on think tank conferences, conclaves, and webinars. And always good to have you as a co-founder for the think tank webinar series. Very nice thoughts, practical issues on government, on Aadhaar, the pioneering work done in India, the India growth story, and how India can lead the world through fintech. It was somehow known as a service industry servicing the whole world, a back office for the whole world. Now it is at the forefront. Fintech. It supports e-commerce, it supports government initiatives, it supports the financial industries. Mr. Narendra, you have been leading and taking IBA to the forefront of the globe to how our financial industries and huge population can lead the world. And fintech is an area, as you have shared. Ajay, very good insights, practical issues, lots of companies in fintech, in the globe, in India, so much great opportunity And here we did many sessions, conferences on fintech. Earlier, we were leading at the forefront. People like Nandan Nilikani and other top professionals, chartered accountants, CFAs, MBAs, ICAEW, CPAs have participated in the fintech series, digital transformation series. Topmost bankers have joined our think tank conclaves and webinars as participants. I see people at senior vice president level in top Nifty banks also joining this series and think tank webinar today on fintech. In this think tank webinar series, we are known to cover practical issues and real life examples. We often don't cover the basics. We assume there are top members in industry and professionals. They know the basics. Basics are always available on Google too. What is very important is to discuss advanced practical issues, what is actually really happening in the world, in the globe, what different countries are doing in various top or leading topics to see that there is advancement in growth, healthy growth, wealth, health, governance, and the growth story, including environment, social governance issues. Fintech, we discussed in the beginning on launch of the think tank webinar also, and it has been continued to be discussed in the last previous many sessions. And we discussed in the wealth creation series, which received a very good response as Aditya shared. Over 10,000 participants, CEOs, CXOs, CFOs, and eminent professionals have benefited. So today we will cover more on fintech. We already launched a series last a few months ago. We'll have different aspects of fintech from top people with a good experience in industry. Lot of enthusiasts are there. Youngsters are there in fintech. They are supporting, they are learning. Also, fintech, it's a learning curve by interacting with the eminent panel, CEOs, CFOs, CXOs, and top people. Youngsters would also learn. We shared last time, we'll be having hopefully 50% of the panelists who are youngsters, who are below 35. We have that. We had many youngsters joining in the last couple of weeks. Today we have another youngster and also a banker, Aishwary, working at American Express, a very avid enthusiast of blockchain, Bitcoin, also learning fintech, getting into deep dive, which is a mantra for the think tank conferences and webinars. He has joined as a participant, and the topics for the fintech conclaves and webinars are decided by the participants themselves. I'm very happy participants are coming regularly to offer their practical issues and insights, and more topics like independent directors, corporate governance, wealth creation, global markets, e-commerce, fintech, banking critical issues, IBC, growth story, deep dive knowledge on various sectors, technical analysis. Aishwary, you have worked very hard till late night, till 2 o'clock. I know, updating latest slides to discuss mainly practical issues, real life examples. Aishwary, there it is to you. MBA, IM, chartered accountant, and lots of qualifications. I hope, Aishwary, you will add many more qualifications in the future also, and continue sharing your insights as a participant in the highly prestigious think tank conferences, conclaves, and webinar series.
Manoj ji, एक दो sentence है before your madam can come. That is one. Recently, there was a big scam by some Chinese players in India doing online application, and giving loans and then putting a lot of pressure on recovery and all. So we have to, when we are doing online banking through fintech and all, we have to know whether they are having a link up with the bank and they are sponsored by the bank or that way, and otherwise going by that and getting their hands burned. That risk has to be avoided. So one person has asked question whether we are going to disrupt the entire banking or banks are going to collaborate, which I had told that banks will be collaborating, investing and enabling the fintech to come with the latest technology. They cannot in a way, because without the license and all, they cannot disrupt the banking, but that will be complementary. And the third one on the Bitcoin, the Reserve Bank or the government, both have not approved, and it is not legally approved in India, except that Supreme Court has given permission for them to operate. So globally also, I saw some Standard & Poor report also that it is not going to replace or it is going to disrupt the banking arena, but it is becoming a one type of investment activity, and people are now feeling the lot of valuation gain. It can also go other way also. Only thing is, just like China has recently approved for a digital currency, and they have put that in their area of operation. Similarly, one or two for the durability and all, our regulator may think of organized one on giving legality to the Bitcoin or also bringing digital currency, but that in the offing, because in view of the Supreme Court direction, the government also have to look at, but all have to be careful about this investment. It can be a small portion of your investment, but this is my personal view. In a way, Bitcoin cannot, of course, it can become a commerce, trade commerce, in everywhere it is an exchange value, but you have to be little cautious while that coins are going for a hefty, like somebody earlier, no, Manoj, he mentioned, Jain, that it is $40,000, all that. These are all hype which is being created in the current scenario, but you have to be careful. This much I thought in between I'll intervene. Thank you, Manoj.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Narendra, for raising practical issues, discussing the Chinese issue, the US issue, and the India growth story is certainly on the agenda. And talking about Bitcoin, yesterday, one of the topmost channels, which claims to have viewership of over 50 crores, and part of the topmost company which raised huge money in 2020, shared on their channel after they got the link to our think tank webinar. Especially, they covered a small story on Bitcoin, and they mentioned how people in India can also legally trade in Bitcoins. That was a top story. After the top anchors, they got the link. Many of them have also joined from the top 5 channels. And when Aishwary Gupta connected with me late last evening, we requested him to add a few more slides, which we will discuss in the open house when we discuss real life examples. Very good story. Everybody knows what's happening in China and US. It is India leading the world in 2021, and beyond. We have been making very fast rise, as was mentioned by you in the Finance and Banking Conclave also. On the health front, we'll be providing health to the world and also wealth to the world, and the best in fintech. And we will set the best real life examples. Since we have the best talent in India, you mentioned about one name, Mr. Nandan Nelikani. There are many more in India who are budding entrepreneurs and ultimately can create wealth in billions of dollars.